Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight.
Honey, download affiliate link in the description. Honey is a free browser add-on that can save you money online when you shop. It is free and is available for pretty much all browsers and can be installed in 2 clicks. Honey automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes online, so you don't have to waste your precious time. Honey has saved its customers millions, so add Honey to your browser today and start saving money. Who does not like free money from all the savings you will make? Download Honey today with the affiliate link in the description below. Hello and welcome back to ProRevenge. Before we start, please scroll down and click like and subscribe and the notification bell. This means that you will get more videos from me and will really help me out. We have not had any new subscribers despite lots of new people viewing. Is it because this is a text-to-speech voice? I'm actually a real human who makes these videos. LMAO. Got everyone paid out, and one of my proudest moments. So, I used to work for a power line clearing tree service. We did lots and lots of hours of chainsawing all tree species underneath and near power line during winter and summer, and herbicide work in spring. It was grueling work in northern MN with bugs and winters, especially when you had to walk through feet of snow all day long. Anyways, I was a foreman at 20 years old running 8-man crews, having to do all the training for new hires. I was pretty confident in the work, even clearing the big trees next to 200k voltage lines. It was part of my forestry and wildfire program to be experienced doing these things. The place I worked at had a really high turnover and was run pretty poorly. All their vehicles had over 240k on them. The machines were always breaking down, and you were away from home 5 days a week for $15 an hour. Here's where it gets messed up. We would be forced to show up to our job sites at the start of the week by 7 AM to be ready for the day regardless of where the site was. That could mean getting up at 1 or 2 AM, driving the hour drive to the shop, spend an hour getting beer together, then driving 3 to 4 hours to get to your site by 7. And all of that time was unpaid until we got to the site. This pissed almost everyone off, especially us young guys, because they stuck us the furthest away. After doing some searching, I found some info from the Department of Labor stating that we should start getting paid from the start of our principal duty or when getting equipment to fulfill our principal duty. With this new information, I got a hold of my general foreman and mentioned what I found out. Of course, like all things there, it was brushed off and never mentioned. After a month of nothing, me and one of my other coworkers decided to get a hold of the CEO of the company, 100 to 300 person company, and mention what we found in the dual information. He listened to what we said and said he'd have to talk to his corporate lawyer to figure it out, since it must be legal not to pay us, because if it was, his lawyer would never allowed it. So fast forward to our next meeting, and as you'd expect, he said he didn't need to pay us out. Me being me, I didn't back down and mentioned I'd have to call the Department of Labor and open a case to get this resolved. He quickly was taken back and said he'd need to have one more conversation with his counsel to see for sure. Upon our next meeting, he came back at us with an envelope. Inside was a contract and a $1,000 check to not bring this up. My coworker and I were pissed and said this needed to be rectified for the whole company and that if it wasn't, we'd be forced to make the call. He was taken back, but stuck to his guns. With his choice made, I made the call and began to open a case. The state said that through a loophole, he was in the correct, but by federal Department of Labor standards, he was not. So the case was opened, and the worker said it could take a while for these investigations to be resolved. As we waited for this situation to start, the management very clearly tried pushing me out, making me no longer take company vehicles, and never had me stop at the shop, instead delegating to other coworkers. I quit shortly after as I had another job lined up, and forgot all about the situation. Fast forward 6 months and I received a letter in the mail from my old company. I opened it up, and to my shock it was a $800 check. This way as big as it was, because statute of limitations goes back 2 years. I called several other people I knew from the company and asked if they had received money, and they all had, and some of their checks were bigger than mine. So in the end, my own research bested their lawyer, got me paid out, got tons of other people paid out, and changed how they ran the place for everyone else. Best revenge ever, and one of the prouder moments in my life at a very young age. Summary: worked for a company lots of people didn't get, paid for hours worked, contacted the Federal Department of Labor, bested their lawyer, and got myself and everyone else paid for 2 years of back pay. Tutor maliciously targeted students, so I collected an army and took him down. I'm not one for revenge personally, but this is something that happened to me in college, UK college, and it's something me and friends love to reminisce over from time to time. A little background. I originally went to college intending doing maths and physics, but due to multiple factors didn't get the grades, so I jumped into it instead as the course didn't need grades as high and there was a need for it techs in the market. The class I ended up in had about 5 of us that honestly didn't need to be there. We were your ultra calm nerds and pretty much could answer every question from day one. Some tutors saw this and used us to help the other students who came to the class not knowing jack about computers. Then there was malicious tutor. Our class was rather rowdy, lot of male teens, that most of them were their cause. Well, they didn't know what they wanted to do in life and this gave them some grades for university or something. Most of them continued on to other college courses then went to uni after. So on to the actual story. Me and my small group of friends often sat at the front of the class, often chatted while we worked, and generally liked to have joke or two. But we did our work. Things started out with malicious tutor telling us in the middle of class that we needed to stop talking and get on with our work. Okay, we were mostly joking then, so sure, maybe we were distracting him. But, as time went on, he would start to snap at us for talking about the work, moving to help each other with stuff we had already done, or just knew more about, etc. The time that took the biscuit was about halfway through the first year when on a day we were doing our assignments which were due the next day, something most of our tutors let us do in class if we had all other works done, and the 2 of the group that knew the least needed some help finishing off their stuff. Most of us were working on other classes' work, the main lecture had been done and the other people in the class were not passing that assignment first time as none of them were working on it, even though the tutor had said, use this time to get it in, I don't want late assignments. They were instead laughing, joking, generally fucking around, and playing games at the other side of the room, where he couldn't see their computer screens. Malicious tutor turns to us and rather angrily, and only to our small group demands, that we shut up, sit at our own desks, and stop distracting him. We had been distracting him every lesson, and were problem students. He wouldn't listen to any of us about us helping each other or anything else, wouldn't give the to that needed the help, and being nerdy anxious teens none of us wanted to risk a fail or anything for all the work, if we just walked out. So we complied. After the class, we got to talking. One of the people in our group who we referred to as Griffin College had done another course before this one and had many more tales of malicious tutor. From losing assignments to straight up refusing to help students with one occasion breaking some code in a software assignment and then just shrugging and saying done no sorry and leaving the student to fix it. It was here I decided to hatch a plan. A plan that snowballed far quicker than I expected. That night I jumped on Skype, the VoIP of the time, hit up Griff, and started writing down everything that had been happening. The seemingly innocuous harassment, the lack of assistance, the losing of assignments over the years, the specific targeting, and ignorance of other people doing exactly what he was complaining about. Everything we could get our hands on. I then spent the next few days going around with a hand-crafted letter to everyone that I knew had been affected which, although everyone thought it might get him spoken to but nothing more, still signed it to say that they agree with what was written and that they can corroborate it. I then sent the letter straight up the ladder, not to his supervisor or manager or boss, but his boss's boss. This bit wasn't intentional, but it made it snowball, and although I had planned out a whole bunch of stuff to give evidence of his actions, I didn't need any of it. Within a few hours of depositing the letter, I was pulled from my class by the head of the department who was assuring me that I wasn't in trouble and all the usual stuff. I was taken straight to her boss's boss who said something along the lines of, because of how you've approached this complaint, we have got to take it very seriously. Did all the people who signed this read it? Yes, tutor's manager's boss's boss. They did, and I believe other people have made complaints in the past too. Okay if you want we can omit any names and this can be dealt with as an anonymous complaint, but that is up to you. I'm fine with my name being used, but I can't say for anyone else who signed the letter. Thank you op. If we need anything else from you, I'll be in touch. I can't say for certain, but I'm sure he then called in every other person on the letter and all of them asked to stay anonymous. By the next week, the tutor had disappeared and no one knew why or where he'd gone. Even his colleagues didn't know exactly what had happened, only that he'd left. We didn't see him again that year. The head of the department was also changed, I'm assuming because she hadn't dealt with the complaints properly, but she just got a demotion. She was a good tutor. The next year, I was stood near the room my next lecture was, and malicious tutor walks down the corridor, making a point to stop in front of me, shake my hand, ask how my studies are going, and tell me if I ever need anything I can come straight to him. Kinda creepy, and he never did it to any other students. I was never put in any of his classes again, even though he did lectures on my subjects. I found out before I finished my last year he'd been put on leave, then made to attend a training program and hit with the good old last chances warning, probably with attend this program or you're fired. Moral of the story, the pen is mightier than the MT's balk. TLDR, tutor was a prick to a bunch of students. I wrote a letter that snowballed actions against him, almost getting him fired. He was then creepily happy to see me a year later. Edit, corrected spelling. Edit 2, lot of folks needing some clarification on a few bits about tutors in college here in the UK, so I hope this helps. In the UK, tutor and teacher are essentially synonymous. You generally find teacher being used more at a younger age, and then in college or higher they start being referred to as tutors. Teaching assistants in the UK are referred to as just that, teaching assistants. The schooling systems from what I saw in the comments are actually quite similar, however we label them differently. Below is a list: US schools, UK schools, preschool, nursery, kindergarten, reception, grade 1, 6 primary school, year 1, year 6. Some of these for the UK are instead split into infants, aka kindergarten, grade 1, 2 and juniors, grade 3, 6, grade 7, 11 secondary school, year 7, year 11th. Grade 12 in the UK. This is where standard education ends and we are allowed to decide how our education continues. Either in sixth form, college, which offers either A-levels or national diplomas, or an apprenticeship, workplace education. College university is higher education and completely optional here. There's not a lot of pushing for people to go to uni overall, but it's encouraged. Honey, download affiliate link in the description. Honey is a free browser add-on that can save you money online when you shop. It is free and is available for pretty much all browsers and can be installed in 2 clicks. Honey automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes online, so you don't have to waste your precious time. Honey has saved its customers millions, so add Honey to your browser today and start saving money. Who does not like free money from all the savings you will make? Download Honey today with the affiliate link in the description below. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. But before you go, please like and subscribe for more. Not many of you at all that watch are subscribed or like the video, and this makes me unsure if I should continue to make more content or not. So if you want more content, please like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on any future videos, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also, please give me some feedback in the comments section about what I can do better, because not many people comment on my videos, so I have no idea of people's opinions of thoughts about this YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have subscribed and liked the video, please consider sharing the video with your friends. Thanks and bye. I'm still doing daily uploads, so hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.